This really is something of a D-Day for the former royal known as the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. One of his darkest days, in fact, as ever. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today on another wonderful, glorious summer's day here in the very heart of the United Kingdom. Strange, isn't it, to think, we all moan about the weather, whatever, don't we? But of course, if you are from England and you know what it's like, we just love to moan about the weather, don't we? And really, we've had some spectacular weather. The spring's been nice, the summer's shaping up to be a lot nicer. And the other side of the coin, I think, is that, obviously it's lovely to see nature, isn't it, coming into its own. You see ladybirds and all sorts of things, butterflies flying around. But now we're being threatened with a hosepipe ban. Yeah. I know, oh yeah, there's never a ban, is there, though, on those massive salaries that the water companies keep getting, Oh, no, and the endless rain that we've had over the winter, but no, we're running short now. Right, yes, it always comes around, doesn't it? It's a little bit like anything that you get wrong. Your darkest moments come around. And this truly is now what's happening to the ex-royal, the Duke of Sussex. Now, let me explain. Here's the thing, sorry, we'll have a lovely wave. Here's the thing, you see, right, chums, the problem is, if you are Prince Harry, you see, you've never really been used to accountability or anything like that, You've normally got your own way. When you walk into a room, and I would say this for all the royals, people are absolutely mesmerised to see you. You get very excited, you've only ever seen them, perhaps in pictures. Suddenly, it's exciting. Harry had one of the best personal PR things you could possibly imagine. People liked him, they genuinely liked him. Now he's seen as a sourpuss who just could darken a room by his mere presence. He's a victim of his own success, if you like, and he's a victim because his wife, Meghan Markle, has turned him into a victim, basically saying that he lost his father and etc. You know the stories. So it's always fascinating when these particular individuals suddenly get held to account. If you remember last year, just before he caved in, capitulated, whatever you want to call it, with, of course, News UK. Remember, he was the dragon slayer. He was going, oh, marvellous. He was going to do all sorts of stuff, win that case, turn everything around. People were looking to him. Others couldn't, but he could. And then, of course, the money came and suddenly he could. As you know, on the BBC interview, he then sat down and moaned about the security case, saying he would never have gone on if people have told him he couldn't have won. I mean, how dense do you have to be? You make those decisions yourself. Now, though, a bigger issue is literally crumbling around him because, the ongoing case with the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday, etc. Well, now he could be forced to reveal whether or not, he had people that were on the payroll or indeed paid independently, as ever, we have to say this, allegedly, as witnesses for him. And this is really an absolute great coup, if you like, for the tabloid newspaper, because Harry never saw this coming. And according to a source out in Montecito, who sees him on a daily basis, Harry had no idea that they could even do this. Now, you've got a massive legal team. You've paid them millions of dollars or pounds, whatever you want to call it. Surely they go through every facet and say, this could happen, that might happen, be careful, we could, Well, apparently not, So when you look at the man coming outside waving the success that he's got, you would ask yourself the question, well, now you didn't tell me about this. Now, this could be proven very catastrophic, to coin a phrase of Harry and Meghan. This is because, you see, if this is the case, and again, we have to say allegedly, well, why were they picked and how much were they paid and at what point did he decide to offer them money? These are all critical things, and this literally is looking at financial ruin. I mean, this will create a big dent in the money of Harry and Meghan. No amount of flogging jams and sipping rosé wine in a field or whatever is going to be able to pull this off. Now, whether you agree on the side of Harry and Meghan or whether you agree on the side of the tabloids and, of course, the British media, which Harry apparently claims that he 100% absolutely still loads, then you have to make that decision. But, of course, he went into battle thinking he was going to win, and he thought he was going to win big. According to the source, Harry felt that all of the costs, everything will be picked up. He would have no problems. You see how things turn around. Suddenly you've got problems. Suddenly there's no way out of that whatsoever. And now, for literally Harry and Meghan, the very people that they thought they were going to slay are suddenly now coming back to slay them with, some might suggest, catastrophic outcomes. Harry has been underground for the last 2 weeks. And if you wanted to know the reason why, he's known about that for around about 4 weeks. Now it's coming to the public domain. It is a very dark day, and Harry would himself have to finally admit that. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.